Which one should we start with? Double layer serum. The thing I'm most excited for, it makes such a huge difference.
I've just never been able to get into it personally. I don't even want to step into it if there's any risk that I'm going to be stressed out. I'm like, that's absolutely ridiculous. That's one of my pet peeves. There's no need to be a full-on hag to people. People just love to terrorize other people, and I don't know what that comes from. Welcome back to another vlog. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you are well. I feel like I'm always starting these in the car, but that's just where I be. So anyways, today I am out and about because maintenance is scheduled to come replace the HVAC filter in my unit. And obviously I have no problem with that. The maintenance guy is really, really cool, but I just figured I would rather be out of his way and everything. And it also gives me an excuse to get out of the house, you know, and get a coffee type of thing. Hopefully by the time I get back to my apartment complex, he'll be done with my entire floor. But after the workday's over, we have a big, fun, exciting, flashy type of weekend. So I'm really excited for that. I have a lot of prepping to do yet today. I have some hauls for you guys. I recently placed an order on Amazon and of course Sephora for the Sephora sale. We're gonna do a little mini pack and prep moment because this weekend is Hunter's mom's birthday and she actually rented out a full condo for us to all stay at and hang out at for the weekend. So it's going to be a very busy weekend, but I'm excited for it. I placed a mobile order at this Dunkin' a few minutes ago, so I'm gonna run in and grab that and then we'll continue with the day.
I just got out of my one meeting for the day and I cannot wait to unbox this Sephora package and Amazon package with you guys. I just have been waiting for probably like a week now to unbox these with you, so the excitement is going to be very real. Which one should we start with? I'm thinking Amazon. Let's start with the basics. I got some new gold hoops because the ones that I'm actually currently wearing are starting to tarnish. They were also from Amazon and they're a little bit like too big and chunky for my liking. I'm more of like a small hoop kind of girl, so I got a smaller size. And this is a set of a bunch of different styles. If you were here for my birthday vlog, which was last week, you saw I got some new nail tips, some little Gel X Coat tips, they're called. My mom gifted me for my birthday the short almond French tip, so I got the short square French tip, as well as this variety pack of different neutral nude type of nail colors. Lastly, I got two new skincare products, which my skincare has been going through it. Like I've been switching things up left and right. Initially I had like no skincare routine and then I developed a skincare routine and then it became too complex to the point where I just was not taking the time to do it because I dreaded having to do it. And now I'm really trying to simplify it so that it's actually realistic for me. In that, I have now shifted away from cleansing my face. I've switched over more so to my micellar water as a basic makeup remover and it works fine for me. It has for years. So I just went back to that. However, when I do have on a full face of makeup, I like to feel a little bit more clean than what the micellar water offers. So I've been using my Pharmacy Green Clean Cleansing Balm and I really do like that, but it is very pricey. So I picked up the DHC Deep Cleansing Oil. I got the 6.7 fluid ounce, 200 milliliter bottle. And then it also came with this little travel size, which will be perfect for when I leave for vacation coming up pretty soon. So I got that. And then I also got the infamous Delba First Spray Serum. So it's a double layer serum enriched with white truffle from Italy. So you can kind of see, hopefully on camera, not the beauty influencer. Okay. You can hopefully see that layer of oil on top. So you're supposed to shake it and then spritz it on your face. I'm really excited about this because I feel like this not only is going to be like an extra layer of moisture on my skin added to my skincare routine because I've dropped my serums. I'm no longer using a serum. And I feel like this could be a good substitute. And also I think this is going to make my makeup lay really, really well over top. But it smells like a literal spa, so I'm really excited. And this is also pretty affordable. So that's Amazon. Let's get into this Sephora box. I didn't go too crazy this year because I just feel like it's saving season for me. I'm in my saving era, but I did have a few things that I needed. The first thing I got, which I think is probably the thing I'm most excited for, is the Shiseido Clear Sunscreen Stick. This is SPF 50 plus. Unfortunately, this literally looks like a sample size. It's very small. It is 0.7 ounces, but it's just a sunscreen stick. And I love the concept because I do try to wear SPF. That is another one of my skincare steps that I've tried to preserve. But the idea of being able to just swipe this on without having to take the time to really blend it in or get the residue all over your hands, I, for some reason, really, really hate the sunscreen residue when I actually rub in a liquid sunscreen. Like I said, I'm going on vacation soon as well, so I think this will be a really great, easy thing to throw in my bag to touch up my sunscreen throughout the day. Next, I got the Anastasia Brow Freeze Gel. I've never been a brow girly. I've never been like, I need to have my brows done or I'm out. I've never been like that. I feel like I treat them like they're an afterthought. And lately I've actually been giving them some attention and caring for them and filling them in and shaping them. And it makes such a huge difference. I feel like I look so much more put together. And it really just accentuates my face in the best way. So I have a pencil that I really, really like to use to fill them in, but I also like to brush them upwards so they look a little bit fluffier, not like straight up. I cannot pull that off, unfortunately. The fluffy brow, I cannot pull off, but like a lightly fluffed brow, I love on myself. So I got this to try to see if this would keep them in place all day. I picked up 2 different concealers. Did I need 2 different concealers? Probably not, but I have been on the hunt for my dream formula, specifically for my under eyes. I can really get anything to work on my face, over blemishes and things like that, but underneath my eyes, I'm looking for the perfect concealer formula that has the right amount of coverage, not too much, not too little. It isn't super drying under my eyes. It doesn't crease super heavily, but I also need something that's going to last me throughout the day because a lot of the lighter feeling, the more lightweight concealers don't last me throughout the day. And towards the end of the day, they'll just be non-existent. So I picked up these 2 from Lancome, both their Taint Idol Ultra Wear All Over Concealer and their Taint Idol Ultra Wear Care and Glow Serum Concealer. So I ended up getting the both of these instead of just one or the other because I have like 2 different vibes I will go for with my makeup depending on the day and the occasion. Sometimes I will have a full face of makeup on and I do not care if it looks like I have makeup on, you know? And then there's other days where it's like, I just want the bare minimum. I just want a skin tint and a light coverage moment for a very natural look. So for my full coverage days, for example, I have a wedding coming up, I'm gonna want a more full coverage moment. So that's what I got the All Over Concealer for, because this one claims to be more full coverage and also long lasting. Not as radiant of a finish as their Care and Glow, which is going to be a little more dewy, a little more light coverage, and infused with some skincare ingredients. One of these might be horrendous and one of them might be good, or both of them might be good, but just for different purposes, or they might both suck. I don't know. I hope they don't both suck because I obviously bought them because I believe in them. I told myself I was done buying high-end concealers because all of the ones I've tried just look the same as a drugstore concealer on me, but these ones have really good reviews and I've heard good things. And I feel like when it comes to face products, you have to pay higher end prices for them to actually last on your skin. Like the Maybelline Fit Me concealer I use, it looks gorgeous for the first couple hours I have it on, but it's those next few hours after the 2-hour mark where I feel like the high end really comes through. So I'll let you know how I like the both of these. Hopefully I can come back to you with a recommendation on one or the other, or hopefully both. By the way, I got the All Over Concealer in 110 and the Care and Glow in 115C. The last thing I got from Sephora is just a brush. This is their foundation brush. It doesn't look like it has a number. I got this to apply my lighter coverage skin tint type of products with. Hopefully this will be dense enough. I kind of wanted it to, oh yeah, this feels literally perfect. I just wanted something a little bit fluffier that has a little more give to it with those types of products, since I'm not really, the intention isn't to pack the product on when it comes to skin tints and lighter natural makeup days. And this feels like it's gonna be perfect. So I'm very happy with my hauls. I'm going to get back to work. There's just a little bit of the work day left. And then lunch is coming up too. So I'm going to probably eat some leftovers. I have a leftover chicken breast. I'll probably make with some jasmine rice and then maybe put like some guac on the side as well, just to make a little wellness bowl type of situation. And then as we get closer to the end of the workday, I'm gonna need to start packing everything I need to bring. And then Hunter will get home from work. He's in the office right now as we speak, but he'll be coming back here packing up his stuff, and then we'll get going pretty shortly after. And I think we're gonna head right to dinner for his mom's birthday. We have a little bit of a road trip, but nothing too serious. We'll talk more later. Until then, I'm gonna clean all this stuff up.
Hello, it is Monday. I just arrived to work for the day. We're getting back into the swing of things. But before we do, I really wanted to just sit down and kind of debrief with you all because I recognize that I did not get a whole lot of footage from this past weekend, even though I announced to you all that it was going to be such a big, fun weekend. We were just really, really busy the whole time we were there, to be honest. Like when we weren't out doing something, we were sleeping. And also the condo we ended up staying at was a lot more close quarters than I had anticipated. You could literally hear like everything going on in the entire space, and Hunter's family does not know that I exist the way that I do on YouTube, so they would have had some questions. But I think I did do a pretty good job of capturing like everything in sequence that we kind of did. Like I feel like I kind of covered the bulk of what we all ended up doing just in silent clips. So we got there Friday night, went right to dinner, headed back to the condo, got settled in and everything. And then on Saturday, we spent most of the day at a casino actually playing bingo as well as slot machines, which I'll be honest with y'all, the casino is not my favorite place. But it wasn't my birthday. And like if it's your birthday and you want to go to the casino, I will get my butt up and I will go to the casino. It's not about me. So I happily went to the casino for the day. I started to wilt like 2 hours into being there, don't get me wrong, but we ended up doing bingo first, which was like an hour. We got there a little bit early though to prepare and get everything situated. So like the first 2 hours was bingo. And luckily that paid off because Hunter's mom ended up winning $650 total. And she actually won the first round, the very first bingo pattern, and the very last bingo pattern, which was kind of a cute little moment. Hunter and I didn't gamble at all. Actually, Hunter put $20 into a machine and lost it all. But I like never put money into things anymore. I've just never been able to get into it personally. I think everybody views their money differently, handles their money differently. But for me personally, I just feel like if I'm able to make enough money to live comfortably as it is, why would I put that money in jeopardy, you know, at the potential to get more money? That's not really necessary. I mean, you can always use more money in the world, but I don't know. Anyways, though, most of the day was spent at the casino. And then later that day, we actually had stayed at a condo that was connected to an indoor water park situation. So we went to that towards the evening hours. And that was very interesting because I have so many positive memories of those types of indoor water parks because I would go to those types of things all the time as a little kid. My parents would take me there. All positive memories. It was fully packed, fully crowded with people. There was literally nowhere to set our stuff. There were lines to get in the hot tubs. There were people running around everywhere. Like it was not really giving. It was not really giving. I don't know. I think that's how you know I've reached adulthood because I want to relax. I don't want to be put in environments where I'm at risk of being stressed. Like, I don't even want to step into it if there's any risk that I'm going to be stressed out. But yeah, so we went on a few slides and then kind of called it done because everything was so crowded. Like the lazy river too was filled to the brim with people. There were people's feet in my face constantly. There were people bumping my tube constantly, kids like running through the river type of thing. At one point my foot was touching a guy's chest and I was like if that's what you want, you know, but it was just not super relaxing. Not to sound like a complainer or like spoiled or anything like that. I was very grateful to be there. It was cool to experience. It was just a lot different than I had remembered it and how I had expected it to be. So yes, and then that was Saturday. Sunday morning, we left pretty much right away and checked out right away. Our checkout was at 10 o'clock. And I think by that point, everybody was kind of just ready to head back to their own spaces. Everybody had things to do, things like that. So Hunter and I actually ended up stopping at my parents' house on the way to our home, our apartment, because it was on the way. We anticipated staying there for like an hour or two just to catch up and have some time over the weekend before the work week started up. But we ended up staying the whole day and just like binge watching playoff basketball. We watched like every game that took place that day. NBA playoffs, to clarify, those are going on right now. So the Bucks played on Sunday, yesterday. It was game 1 of their first round in the playoffs, and they played against the Pacers. They'll play again tomorrow and then Thursday. So we'll see how the series goes, but I'm looking forward to it. I have high hopes. But I'm gonna stop talking because chances are you probably don't care about the NBA. If you do, comment down below. I want to meet my NBA girlies because that is my thing. Like when it's basketball season, I'm in my element. One thing I will say that's basketball related that kind of ties into everything is that I've noticed, especially since social media has started to surface for different sports teams, how mean people are to the players. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. Fans of the player's team will go to that player's personal Instagram account and start attacking them for the way that they played. I'm like, that's absolutely ridiculous. Can you imagine watching a game and being so butthurt about how somebody played that you don't even know, that you have to go and be a keyboard warrior? Like, that's just absurd to me. And then there's fans of opponents that will go to their opponent's Instagram and comment like, we beat you, like type of stuff. And I just cannot stand that. I don't know what it is. That's one of my pet peeves. Like, do people not realize that the players are humans? Because they go through their own things. They go through their own situations. Like, everybody's hating on Damian Lillard right now because he's not making as many threes as he used to make. Something like so small. And I'm a sports fan and I get into it. So I'm not saying I'm like not disappointed when players don't play well. But I mean, he's going through a divorce. He just relocated from Portland to Milwaukee. Ease up a little bit, you know? People are so quick to be judgmental and be mean. But like, kindness is free. I personally find it easier to just be pleasant and just like brush things off than to be a hag. And don't get me wrong, like I will be a hag when I have to be, but only when I have to be, you know? And even then I'm like a minor hag because there's no need to be a full-on hag to people. But yeah, that doesn't just go for professional athletes. Like that goes for celebrities, content creators, all of the above, because people just love to terrorize other people. And I don't know what that comes from. Like, why? I've been testing out my new makeup products that I showed y'all the other day. The brow gel, I'm still kind of trying to figure out. I think I like put way too much in this brow today and I had to like brush some of it out. I'm still trying to figure out the technique. All right, I think they look manageable today. Maybe I'll look back at this footage and be like, what is that? I might look back and be like, that is Oscar the Grouch status, but I think they look fine. I don't know. I think I just need to work with the ratios of the gel and the application a little bit more and like the order of doing that versus filling them in. I've been working with my new concealers a little bit. They apply really nicely and look really good from what I can tell, but I still want to spend a little more time testing them before I give you a verdict. I've been talking for a long time now, so I think I'm gonna head inside and get this workday started, get this work week started on a positive note. I'm feeling really good about the next few weeks. Like I feel very content because I feel like a lot of good is coming up. I love playoff season, so that's always going to be good. This weekend, I don't have any plans, which is pretty rare, so I feel like we're gonna just lay very low and rest up a little bit. And then the weekend after that, we have a wedding to go to, which is Hunter's best friend. So I'll definitely be vlogging that, and that's exciting. And then shortly after that, we have a vacation later in May. And then by the time we get back, it'll be basically June, which means it's almost summertime, which is what we've all been waiting for. So I'm feeling really good about all that. The only thing I'm not feeling so good about is my dentist appointment. this Wednesday. I'm not looking forward to that so much. The dentist is not my place. I'm very out of my element at the dentist. But I am gonna head up and I will catch y'all later. I just got out of my appointment and thankfully I do not have to go back until October for another cleaning. So love that for me. They said my teeth looked really good. There's just one watch area that they're gonna have to keep an eye on, which is my top right, like back teeth. And I asked if it was like in between the teeth or on the actual tooth, and they said it was in between, meaning you girls gotta get to flossing. Okay, I'm gonna be real honest. I don't love to floss. I'm not a flossing gal. I skip over it regularly, but stuff does get in there, so I need to do better. I think the majority of cavities I've had have been like in between my teeth, so clearly there's a common factor here. Lately, an adult lesson I've had to learn about myself is that the dentist has got to be like one of my top 10 least favorite outings, and it's really not that bad. Like, it was not that bad today, and the people were super nice. And the only time I was a little uncomfortable was when they were doing like the scraping. I hate the feeling of the scraping on the teeth. I hate the feeling. But I think I associate any sort of visit to the dentist with getting a cavity filled, which is one of my least favorite things. First of all, they put needles in your mouth. And secondly, even though you're numbed, you can still feel them like drilling into your teeth a little bit. Like, there's some sensitivity there. And the feeling is not it. But we're done. And I just have to remind myself it's a privilege to have dental care to begin with. So my teeth are feeling squeaky clean. I got the fluoride treatment, so I know that's going to be going to work. Love that. I'm going to reapply my Laneige lip sleeping mask. I had this on when I went in, but obviously it wears off. I have to have my lips moisturized when I go to the dentist because they are like stretching and pulling on your mouth and the lips just get dry. But I think it's safe to say that this works for me when I apply this right before I go in, just like a thin coat. There has been some hate around this lip mask. I don't know why. When I first got it, I was like, this is the most luxurious lip product I've ever used. Like, it feels so good on my lips. I am pretty far into this one, as you can see. And this is my favorite lip product I own. Because when this was getting some heat, I was testing out all of my lip products to really truly see if this was something I loved or if this was just getting hyped up. And this gets the hype for a reason. Because out of all my lip products, I found that this is the only one that will genuinely allow me to see a difference in my lips. Like, it genuinely smooths them over to the point where I can feel it. Along with that, I will put this on my lips every morning before I go into the office for work, which is around like 7:30ish. And this will still be on my lips at like 10. So she lasts on me also. And that's with having a coffee in the morning too. So don't sleep on this. Don't listen to the girlies that are trying to hype this down. Okay, it is that good. The sun is really doing her thing today because my camera overheated. So I just went ahead and headed home. So I'm currently outside of my apartment right now, and I'm gonna close out this video because I'm ready to get some new content started. The workday is now over, so I am ready to start my PM routine and start unwinding for the night and preparing for another day in the office tomorrow. So I'm gonna head out. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you all are having such a great week and month and year, and I will see you in the next one.